I'm at a loss for words. Seriously. Welcome to the J-Dub Show. I'm your host, J-Dub. Before I get started with this review for the episode of Raw that aired March 9th, 2009, just like I said, thank you so much to all of my 394 subscribers. If you're not subscribed to the show yet, go ahead and click the yellow button. Thanks. Make sure you subscribe. I was going back and forth in my mind to whether I should even do a review of this episode of Raw because my words would not do this episode justice, and B, if you didn't see this episode of Raw, you deserve to not know what happened because you truly missed out. To show how epic this episode of Raw was, it started out with Shawn Michaels doing a promo about The Undertaker. He talks about how he respects The Undertaker but isn't afraid of him. Then, out of nowhere, The Undertaker appears. And Shawn Michaels, he's like, "Hello, Undertaker, I knew you were here," and everything. So they're going back and forth with each other. Undertaker tells Shawn Michaels, "You know what? You're going to fall just like the rest of them at WrestleMania. And, your fate will be no different than anybody else's." Then Shawn Michaels goes back to, he goes on to say, "I'm going to do what nobody else has done because I am Mr. WrestleMania and I'm going to defeat you." So, that was pretty epic to see both of them in the ring and actually seeing both of them get a little bit of heat from the crowd. That was a pretty damn good promo. If you have not seen that promo, you need to search for it on YouTube. I'm going to put it on my page, as soon as it pops up because you need to see that. First match of the night, JBL versus CM Punk for the Intercontinental Championship. We heard a lot about spoilers about what supposedly was going to happen with JBL challenging CM Punk for the Intercontinental Championship next week on Raw, but it ended up being the Intercontinental Championship match this week. JBL ends up defeating CM Punk. He's the Intercontinental Champion, thus making himself a Grand Slam champion. And for CM Punk, you can add him to the list of, that includes Christian, with people that have been screwed over, the smarks that like to give spoilers over the internet. One thing with my show, I don't give spoilers like that. I don't give I might speculate on what type of matches are going to happen, but I don't give spoilers like TNA. It's taped probably 3 shows at a time, and as much as I hate them, I don't get on camera and give spoilers because I think that's just something I don't do. After the match, JBL is talking to Vickie Guerrero backstage. They're talking about some deal that they had. Then Vickie is talking with her husband Edge. They're about to go out and do the contract signing for the World Heavyweight Championship match at WrestleMania 25. Next, they have an interview of Randy Orton at his home in St. Louis, and he's there with his wife Samantha. He's talking about Triple H and everything, talking about he's not at the arena tonight because he's not afraid of Triple H, but afraid of what he would do to Triple H. Second match of the night, Maryse versus Melina. Melina ends up losing to Maryse after she slams her head to the ground. This wasn't a great match, as great as something you see with Melina versus Beth Phoenix, but it was a pretty good match. I like that they let both women show their aggression because they both have very aggressive sides, and they let both of those show during the match. And it was Divas Champion versus Women's Champion. And they had Raw Divas on one side of the ring, outside, and SmackDown Divas on the other side of the ring. And after the match, all of them got in the ring and they started tussling with each other. But SmackDown and Raw face Divas got together and threw all of the heel Divas outside the ring. Next, we have the contract signing, Edge and the Big Show for the World Heavyweight Championship match at WrestleMania 25. And to my surprise, the crowd starts chanting for the Big Show. Like, Big Show, Big Show. I'm like, what the hell, are we in the Twilight Zone or something? Like, I never would have thought I'd hear Big Show chants. But both of them signed the contracts. Then John Cena comes out and he starts telling Vickie Guerrero, like, you need to tell the truth. You need to tell the truth. And then he he out of nowhere says that he's in love with Vickie Guerrero. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I was surprised and amazed and disgusted all at the same time. But then, you know, he comes out and says that's what he told Vickie Guerrero, that's what he whispered in her ear. He goes to sign the contract for WrestleMania 25. So it is a triple threat match: Edge versus Big Show versus John Cena for the World Heavyweight Championship. So he goes on to say, you know, the heart wants what the heart wants. He says he wants only two things: the World Heavyweight Championship and Vickie Guerrero. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, this is real. This looked like something straight out of a soap opera. Like, seriously. So he goes, walks up the ramp. He stops and says, you know what? I was lying. I don't like Vickie Guerrero. I don't love her. Actually, the sight of her makes me a little bit nauseous, a little bit sick. And then he says he has connections. Then he goes on to talk about this security guy, and the security guy has footage of what really happened, the truth, what he really whispered to Vickie Guerrero. Then, to the horror of millions of people, dozens of my subscribers, the rumors were true, the speculation was true. Vickie Guerrero was having an affair with the Big Show. They showed them making out with each other. It's horrifying. I don't want to go over it. But they showed them making out with each other, and then afterwards, she slaps him on the butt. That was a sight for sore eyes. Like, seriously, a sight for sore eyes. So, yeah. After that, third match tonight, Kofi Kingston versus Chris Jericho, Money in the Bank qualifier match. Kofi Kingston ends up winning the match, defeating Chris Jericho from a distraction from Ric Flair. Ric Flair made an appearance on this episode of Raw. It was not advertised at all. All we do is, you know, we hear the music, we hear the horns. Here comes Ric Flair. Chris Jericho is amazed, surprised. He can't keep his eyes off Ric Flair. That cost him the match. Kofi Kingston qualifies for the Money in the Bank match. Next, we have Chris Jericho challenging Ric Flair to a match next week. He's daring him to come out of retirement. Fourth match tonight, Christian makes an appearance on Raw. And I know I said something about Ty Grisham saying Christian has an exclusive contract with ECW to where he only competes on ECW. And one of my subscribers said, well, you know, it's Ty Grisham, so don't take it too seriously. And obviously, I shouldn't have taken it too seriously because Christian was on Raw. Christian, Finlay, Rey Mysterio take on Kane, The Miz, and John Morrison. Christian, Finlay, Rey Mysterio end up getting the win. Rey Mysterio hit this like sick West Coast pop on John Morrison. It had a couple extra flips in there and everything. And like I said before, John Morrison knows exactly how to make his opponent's moves on him look just that extra special, and that's what he did. Fifth match of the night, Priceless versus Triple H. Cody Rhodes, Ted DiBiase versus Triple H. They come down to the ring. Triple H music plays. He doesn't come out. Lydian Garcia announces him. He doesn't come out. So then they announce that Priceless won this match by a forfeit. So they go back to Randy Orton at his house, and he's talking about how nobody should be excited over this, how Triple H is a coward and everything. And he thought too highly. He thought too highly of Triple H and everything. So we hear a dog barking, and his wife goes to let the dog outside or whatever. And all of a sudden, Randy Orton starts screaming, "No, no, no! Don't let her out! Don't let him outside! Don't let him outside! Don't open the door!" Next thing I know, we see Sledgehammer, the head of a sledgehammer, coming through the door. Triple H busts open the door. He goes to try to attack Randy Orton. Randy Orton runs. Triple H is going through their house, knocking stuff down, pushing people out of the way, grabbing them, trying to find Randy Orton. He goes to find the wife. She's hiding. He's like, where is he? She's like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm telling you right now, my words will not do this justice. If you have not seen this, I'm going to put that on my page also. Make sure you see this. This was excellent. One of the greatest endings of Raw in a long time. So yeah, he's going through the house searching for Randy Orton. He goes up the stairs, doesn't see him, comes back down the stairs, and Randy Orton is hiding in like a cupboard up under the stairs or whatever. He jumps out, attacks Triple H. They're fighting and everything. Triple H ends up throwing him out of the front window onto the lawn. He jumps out of the window, starts attacking Randy Orton. Then police come, pull up the street. They arrest Triple H, cart him off in the cars. This episode I give this episode of Raw a 10. I don't care what anybody says. It was excellent. It was great. I love being a WWE fan. I really do. And people talk about I'm biased. So what? I don't give a damn. This episode deserves all the praise. And that's where I'm going to end this review. Make sure you subscribe, comment. Peace out.